Hello and welcome to Burnt Cookbook Party, an original Pathfinder campaign set in a unique fantasy world where 4 heroes of varying skills, attractiveness, and stupidity race against time itself to prevent a war. I'm Jenna Stoeber, and I play Astra Bleppa, a fey-addled half-elf oracle who is exactly who she says she is. And I'm joined by...
Andrew Hansen, playing Johnny Brightchild, a hot and sunny Ifrit Resort Spa paladin, eager to help and flex.
Caitlin Stayduhar, playing Patty Hertz, a ratfolk ranger dandy with a nose for gossip and cheese.
Paul Luetkemeyer, playing Zelf, an elven battle chef carving a name for himself in the high-stakes world of magical cooking.
And we're of course led today and for the rest of all time by our illustrious DM and world builder, Justin Green. Justin, how do you feel?
I feel great. I'm ready to do another episode about cannibalism.
Yes, of course.
You've said that at the beginning of every episode, and I've cut it out of every episode, but it finally feels like it's relevant.
He's always ready.
Finally, it's time.
Into the party in a big soup pot. How did we get here?
Oh, we're in hot water this time. Time to take stock of that situation.
You guys are wrapping up your lunch, your elf flute soup.
Where does Bocus go after lunch? Does she say, I'm going to Mjolnir, or does she just disappear, or...
She won't just disappear. She'll say goodbye to you. She'll tell you that she's heading back to Mjolnir, and she'll tell you that she looks forward to seeing you at the reading of the will.
All right. Well, Zelf is going to part on good terms, seemingly. Even though he is seething.
Justin, does this give us the vocal alteration?
I was just going to ask.
It does, yes. So you're able to change your voice at will for a while.
It's so important that I know specifically how I can abuse this, so I am looking up what the spell is. You alter the target's voice to something else. For example, you can make the target's voice high-pitched, husky, or nasal, or change its accent to an accent you are familiar with. If the spell is used as part of a disguise, gives a +10 on disguise. Interesting, okay. So I can't perfectly mimic Zelf, which is what I was planning on doing.
Yeah, right?
I am not going to be using this because I don't agree with how I acquired it. Thank you.
That's my question. So, Justin, does this give us the ability to choose, or did Bocus engineer it to create a specific effect on us?
In this case, you are choosing your own voice.
That's so generous.
I'm desperate to prove I can do any voice other than a high-pitched nasal voice after doing both Astra and Urkel in one episode. Astra's going to do some sort of, I think, really low-pitched voice. I'm going to workshop it in my mind. Everybody else figure out what they're going to do.
Zelf's plan is to take Manny back to show him the flute that he got. Manny, I think we all appreciate the flute surprise you prepared for us. I have my own flute surprise.
Flute surprise sounds dirty. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Manny's like, I'm really glad that you guys all like the soup. I think I'll try to make it for Abraham and Neven when we get back.
Oh.
This just gets more and more tragic.
Uh-oh. Our friend here doesn't realize.
What? Where's that voice coming from?
Why, it's me, Astra, your old friend.
Johnny turns around in surprise, and then his voice gets really high and squeaky without him realizing it. Like it's helium. He's like, what? Oh,
In Fort Frawley, you find that it's a lot more crowded than before. More Berwyn soldiers have come back, as well as more of your Shadowend commanders and fellow cadets. As you kind of matriculate back into the crowd, you see that like people are starting to gather in kind of the parade grounds around Prince Erling, who is standing kind of on a makeshift raised platform. There's nothing here that's specifically for that, but they found some like random flat stones that he can step on just to raise himself up a little bit. He's practicing a speech from a piece of parchment that's held by a young page, and at Erling's command, Valentine is making changes in real time. Eventually, Prince Erling does shoo away the page and Bentaro, and he turns to make a speech to everyone who's gathered around him. It is with a solemn heart that I must announce the deaths of New Haven's council. Gamware, Farfitz, and Hibrick were true heroes, and beloved by their people and all of Irisol for being beacons of kindness and peace. I had the pleasure of meeting with Gamware this morning before his untimely death, And he entrusted me, really all of us in Berwyn and Reskris, to stand behind those ideals. Aroja's mistakes, he told me, shouldn't mean the end of the Triad Nations. He was the only member of the council still standing at that point. I'm sure that was hard for him on so many levels. But you wouldn't know it by looking at him. He was brave. But he's not alone anymore. New Haven's not alone.
Is this guy just fucking lying through his teeth?
For sure. He's gotta be.
He motions for Bantaro to hand him an important-looking document. He holds it up. He says, this treaty Gamware signed binds us together. New Haven will take Aroja's place in the Triad Nations, and my mother, the Queen, will step in to protect the island where Gamware no longer can, just like she did for Reskris before it.
Not long after we spoke this morning, Gamware was murdered by Lieutenant Burl Stanton of Aroja.
I've been told that members of Shadowend have taken him into custody, and Berwyn will see to it that Stanton sees justice for his crimes. Across all of New Haven, the Winter Guard have begun to retreat. Their strongholds in the city have been removed, their leadership toppled, and for now we have won. I fear this will not yet be the end of the violence, but know this, the Triad Nations will not rest until peace is restored in Irisol. That's what Gamware would have wanted.
Oh, shit. Conspiracy.
Oh, man.
Because Zelf has some investigator abilities with his Battleship class, I am going to want to make some checks around town to see if I can pull the thread a little bit longer in terms of the nobility's corruption, to either look for contacts or follow up on factual discrepancies that the party is aware of.
I'm kind of interested in helping Zelf with his investigations, because although I'm not a skilled investigator, I'm nosy as shit. And I do like to gab. I have the gift of gab, so I think I could be a helpful accomplice to this.
Out of character, I love Patty's Dandy Ranger ability to spread rumors. So if we have any ability to kick one of those off, maybe at a regional scale, I would love to look for it.
Yeah.
God, I love a good rumor.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make perception check, if you're being perceptive, or you can make diplomacy or knowledge local if you're gathering information or talking people up.
I think I'm going to do a perception check personally, since we're all such a perceptive group. Okay, I rolled a 19 for a total of 28 with all of my bonuses.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
I see everything.
Justin, tell me if I'm being a munchkin. Is there any way that I can get a luck bonus from Johnny on this, or does this represent a range of time?
I think that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it's a D20 roll. I think that would be fine.
Okay. Johnny, can I get that from you?
Hell yeah, bro.
High five, bro.
Good luck.
Excellent high five sound effect, by the way.
Zelf wants to make a knowledge local check. He wants to try to get a sense of who is on the noble side and is part of the conspiracy, and who is on the outside, who is being subjected to the conspiracy.
Okay.
So he's making a roster, and he's looking for allies.
Cool. It's good to state that is an objective of Zelf's going forward. I feel like that is a long-term thing. When you are making these sorts of checks, I know that you're looking for that, so I will help you with that.
Okay. I got a 5 and a 6. Let me add inspiration to that. All right. Total of 20 on that.
All right.
Respectable.
Kind of on the edge of all this, you guys see Taft Warsaw, who's sitting on a small stool in front of a large stone door. Johnny, you know from your time here that it's a holding cell. Taft looks like a reprimanded toddler. Just the fact that he's absolutely miserable is reading very clear on his face. You know, there's this excitement over the crowd. Taft is not having it at all. You are able to kind of piece together that Taft is not part of the conspiracy. In fact, is on to the conspiracy as well. Because you know that Taft stayed behind in Waypoint, and he was in charge of guarding Lieutenant Stanton, the Winter Guard lieutenant that was captured by his squad and brought back. Prince Erling claimed that Stanton escaped and was responsible for killing Gamware. So Taft is like, he didn't get out on me. I know he didn't get out on me. Like, why would they say that?
Fascinating. Okay, that's a good one.
So you feel, in addition to Taft just wearing his heart on his sleeve, he also is trustworthy in that sense.
Is there any other stuff people want to focus on?
I have some things I want to chime in about, both in regards to Phenolin and the sordid affairs of the Pharrell family. Because of the contingency with Glorhan, Johnny has a strong desire, to go towards Phenolin, not just because Mjolnir is who he worships, but also because he thinks he knows where the errant necromancer might be. He kind of wants to go to Thune, if that's valuable information. Also, he might know where the room is that Glorhan performed the ritual in.
Okay, I like that. Determining the journal's authenticity is pretty high on Astra's list.
Oh no, that's fair.
I am also, personally, Jenna, really invested in the reading of Chairman Naga's will and figuring out whether or not he is actually dead or if Vocus is just in denial.
Oh man, Justin, how far out is that? How far is it until one day?
A week from tomorrow. So it's the 18th now. Tomorrow, Bava will get a letter from his wife. On the 1st of Vidobris, so a week from tomorrow, is the reading of the will. Those are the only two things where it's like, there is a date. Oh, I guess on Vidobris 24th, Mjolnir dies.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of escalation for a demigod to be killed at the end of the month.
Yeah.
It's concerning.
Where did you say the reading is going to be? Is that in Mjolnir?
Yes, it's at Mjolnir at the restaurant that used to be Theophagy and is now Carnivore, the all-meat restaurant.
Patty does not want to go to an all-meat restaurant, but she does love the drama of a possibly fake will reading.
I know, right? How it's irresistible.
How long does it take to get to Mjolnir? Like, if we're in Phenolin and we take the train, and the train goes to Waypoint and then to Mjolnir, how long is that transit?
4 hours.
Oh, so they're pretty close. I think we can do both.
That's what I was leaning towards, as long as we don't get distracted by selfish side projects.
What?
Yeah.
We don't have a history of that.
We would never do that.
We've got a really full plate. When you lay it all out like that, I'm like, how did we get popular in this world? We're absolute idiots.
And those are like just the things that we did not disregard and just decide not to follow up on at all, like our kidnapped classmates.
Damn it.
I mean, to be fair, I think, isn't only Pearl kidnapped? Aren't the rest dead?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
fair.
the pastel cop, what's her name? She was caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's probably context for the investigation to tie up things in Shadowend, right?
Yeah.
Like Thune and Shadowend are pretty close. I think we can kind of yerk those together.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, I think we could probably do letter, then Thune, then Mjolnir for the will reading, and then sort of reassess where we're at.
Look at us.
I think that's great.
Cool.
We're really good at prioritizing our quests, guys. We're going to be fine.
We don't even need a time loop.
So everybody is happy to leave Waypoint. Have we done everything we want to do?
I think I am satisfied with Waypoint. I mean, I've had a terrible experience with this frickin' Ella flute stew. I just want to get out of here.
Johnny was going to go buy like a simple secondary weapon or something like that, one-handed weapon that in a pinch he might end up using with the shield.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
All right. So you guys board a train. In about 2 hours, you guys arrive at Fort Advin.
So I do have one question for the party, and mostly for Johnny. So Johnny mentioned that he had gotten some of Glorihan's memories. I want to ask if he remembers any interactions between Glorihan and Ansel, which might indicate some kind of shared, I don't know, did they have a special word or phrase that they shared? Some kind of childhood interaction that we can flash back to that would give a clue to the password?
Their pet or something as kids.
Yeah, a pet name.
Ansel and Glorhan, like, I think they had a pretty rough childhood with, like, kind of maybe some abuse, like, from their parents.
Ah, jeez.
It's quite probable that they had some sort of, like, secret bond. I need to think hard on it, though. Justin, how do I go about... Is there any way to sift through Glorhan's memories for that?
Absolutely, you can do that. I won't make you roll for it. It's a great idea. It's barking off the wrong tree. So I'd say that you know plenty of things that you're thinking of, you know, different codes that they would have had to communicate each other.
Oh, no. It seems like Glorhan never really trusted, like, a lot of people. other than our brothers? Or they kind of just like have codes for everything? This hurts. Oh no.
Yeah, so instead of doing crosswords or whatever on the train ride back, we try to guess a password a few more times, and then we're all depressed, so we stop.
It's still not password.
I really thought, if we just put it in enough, it would work. Hey, this has bummed me out. Let's stop.
You guys arrive at Fort Advent in the evening. You go back up to the 4th floor of the barracks. Across the hall is the room of Glorhan's squad, now empty entirely.
Fuck.
Turning to your room, the door still split in half from the last time you were here.
Right. They didn't fix that?
You are able to step over the pieces of the door and enter your dorm.
We just put up a blanket.
None of you have a carpentry skill? You can't...
I could, break some more wood, maybe.
Johnny can break more things.
That is an aspect of carpentry, but I think it's the putting together that we need more of.
Oh, no. I just have to hope I break the wood at exactly the right door size.
Add it to our quest list.
Replace our door.
So in the evening, you have another night's rest. I know a couple of you haven't quite healed up entirely, so those of you that haven't can heal again. On one day morning, you guys wake up. I know Zelf Patty wants to pull at the thread of a conspiracy. Astra is interested in a letter. Johnny, did you have something that you wanted to do, sir?
Are there any of our, commanders present at Fort Advent right now, or are they most of them out? I don't know if Taft Warsol's here, but if he's here, I'd want to talk to him. But I was kind of actually hoping to talk to Rachiel Windstar.
Cool. Yes, everybody is here except for Valentine.
Okay.
So, yes, you could do Windstar.
Yeah, I think I'd like to head towards her.
Great.
Oh, Justin, also, I have something for Manny.
Okay.
Zelf is going to give responsibility for learning how to take care of the Eleflute to Manny. He wants to do some research into creating a recipe that's going to beat Bocus's.
No, using the Eleflute?
No, we're not cooking the Eleflute.
He wants to make something better than that Eleflute confit, but he's not sure what angle he's going to take. So he says, Manny, I want you to raise this Eleflute with as much love as you can, so it's in the best possible condition it can be.
It's like Wagyu.
I believe that Manny won't be able to do it. I think Manny's going to imprint on this Eleflute.
Manny's a sweet boy. He's not going to do it.
And the Eleflute is going to be symbolic of Manny himself and Manny's desire to not be eaten by Zelf. A thing that we have not talked about, by the way.
You are spoiling this entire arc.
Yeah. That's definitely something that Johnny, heard and then, no, I'm not going to think about that.
Astra, more than anything, is feeling so out of her depths between the war veteran, the hardened black market criminal, and the expert chef cannibal. Astra is so far out of her depths. Y'all are very hardcore, and she has gotten in over her head, and that's where she's at right now.
And then Astra, are you just going to hang out with Bavel? Is that your plan?
Yes, I was going to do the thing that we said we were going to do instead of doing something unrelated.
Perfect.
Thanks, Astra. Bye.
See you later. We're going to go gossip and look at people.
We don't all need to be here to talk to Bavel, right?
That's fine. I'm used to being the responsible one, I guess. Is there a campus mailbox situation? I want to be sitting there when the mail is delivered.
Nice.
Astra, you start your morning out heading straight to the observatory that you know doubles as Bavel's home at Fort Advent. You find him also just camped outside waiting for the mail to be brought to him. He is looking haggard. When you were with him in New Haven, he was kind of driven and had a plan, and now he seems kind of lost again.
Hey, Bavel. I brought a flask of coffee. Do you want some?
Yeah, Astra, I'll take some of that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just black. There's nothing in it. I don't know how you take your coffee.
That's all right. I brought my own mixer.
Ah.
And he just poured some of the coffee into a bottle of Elven Absinthe that he has.
Oh, that's horrifying.
It's probably like irradiated too, right? Isn't this guy suffering from radiation?
Oh, he's irradiated.
Yeah, he is, for sure.
God, I love Bavel.
But Bavel, I assume you're out here waiting for the letter like I am, but I'm waiting here because I'm trying to prove your journal. No shade against you. Just, you're not trustworthy. You get that though, right?
I understand.
Okay.
I understand, Astra.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the letter, too.
Okay, but it's gonna come, right?
I know it sounds pretty pathetic, but, the previous me, they all talk about this letter pretty highly. They're all really excited to hear that they're having a son, and I don't know, I'm just, I'm kind of jealous of myself in these past loops.
That's a tricky feeling. Because it is you, so what are you even jealous of,
Maybe I'll feel the way that they all felt when they read it, because, lately I don't really feel anything anymore.
What happens if you read the letter and you don't feel anything today?
Well, I guess when I'm a demigod, the feelings, won't be of any use to me anyway.
Yeah, you won't even care that you have a son that's never going to be born. Hey, we got the other part of the asteroid. Did I tell you that?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Perhaps we'll actually have a chance this time, Just keep our heads down a couple days so that no one gets suspicious of us here. No one tries to execute us or anything for war crimes.
Sure.
We'll all ascend to a higher plane together.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking so forward to it. Okay. She's just going to sip her coffee in silence.
While you guys wait for the mail to be delivered, Zelf, you are on your mission to prove whether or not certain people are involved in this conspiracy.
Here's where Zelf's at. He is highly disturbed by the fact that somebody else knows about the journal, has labeled the involved parties as anomalies, and is working in secret. So more than proving Taft's innocence, and more than figuring out what's up with this nobleman, he's curious about the other mysterious secretive forces at work and the overall scheme, if you needed me to pick a specific area of interest. But that might be a hard thread to tug from where he's at. He just wants to keep it in mind.
Oh, man.
Whoa, that was a sound.
I'm going to come back to you, Zelf, and I'm going to have you also make a linguistics check for me in the meantime. Patty, you are stalking around, being perceptive.
Eyes and ears open.
And nose.
And nose.
Some of the things that you notice Commander Valentine is not here. You pick up on the fact that he was asked to escort the prince back to Davenhall Castle. You notice that Taft, who was looking miserable last time you saw him at Fort Frawley, has continued to be miserable coming into Fort Advin, and without even thinking to anybody who's listening, he just is complaining openly about how much he doesn't like Prince Erling, and then he'll catch himself and try to walk it back. He'll be doing training, and he'll just start talking about it's despicable, man. Bantaro lost 2 of his cadets in New Haven, and Erling's not even letting him rest for a second. What does Bantaro even see in that guy? Yeah, he's a prince, right? But all Erling does is think about himself, and he's boring. I've never seen them have a conversation that's not all about him. And sometimes when they hang out, he just randomly will force Bantaro to play piano for him, even if he's not officially working at the time. That's weird, right? That's not what friendship is. That's not being a bro. And then he'll just keep talking and talking and talking.
God. This guy's dead.
Oh, man, right?
You also notice that in the amphitheater where you normally train with Commander Valentine, Aaron Starsinger and Shyla, the ASMR bard, they are the only 2 people who are there. They are still practicing, training. They seem to be working on some sort of performance, like a play.
Interesting.
ASMR Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo, click, 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 click.
So this is going to kind of feed into Johnny. So, Patty, you are still spying as you guys come to the large hall in the fort.
Okay.
Commander Windstar is there, and she is with Castian, and Castian is an absolute mess.
Good.
He's in a panic. He's just begging Windstar, almost in tears. I shouldn't have to be subject to any kind of question like this. I'm from the Cathedral of Light, and to do a thing like that is practically sacrilege. Shouldn't you be in charge of this anyway, General? Why is the Archmage putting trust in an erosion after everything that just happened?
Yes.
Can I just watch Castian be upset for a while and just kind of savor it?
Eat popcorn. I always liked Castian.
Johnny, you approach as Windstar is trying to comfort him. I'm sure everything will be fine, Castian. It's not that big of a deal. She sees you approach and says, Sir Brightchild, it's wonderful to see you.
Oh, hello, General. And I, bow, with respect, since the General is also, a paladin of Gavlin. We're all paladins of Gavlin here. I bow to her and then, will respectfully acknowledge Castian's like, oh, Castian, I didn't really mean to interrupt, and honestly, I have a lot of questions, so I apologize for this being kind of unfocused, but I did overhear a little bit about what Castian was saying about things seeming strange, with Erosia, and, there's some strange, un-paladin, lawful good stuff going on, kind of conspiracy stuff that things might not be what they seem.
Commander Windstar nods.
I don't know how to put that. I'm sorry if I'm just, not very sneaky.
I understand what you're saying, Johnny. Windstar is can you give us a moment, Castian? We can talk about this later. Castian is wide-eyed. He's just kind of frozen where he was. He's gone pale, and he makes brief eye contact with you, Johnny, before he turns and exits.
I have no real skill in this, but I would like to attempt a sense motive as we share that glance.
Absolutely.
I rolled a 9. Later, Castian.
I think even with a 9, Johnny, you know something is wrong. Castian almost always is deferential to you.
Yeah.
And at this point, he can't even speak to you.
Wow.
Windstar takes you aside and says, I'm sorry about Castian. He's a little upset right now. Commander Mistmourn has been put in charge of kind of doing an internal review of what happened in New Haven, meeting with all of the squads one by one. Castian, he sort of has a problem with the fact that it's not him running it, I think, and so he's upset. But I'm sure that Mistmourn will reach out to you later to ask you some questions.
Right. No, totally. Actually, okay, first things first, before I forget, he, takes out the Shield of Gavlin, and he's like, I found this in New Haven in the hands of a merchant who was burying the sigil of Zitrix openly in his shop, and I'm really concerned because this item feels like it has, a presence, and it's also pretending to be a Shield of Gavlin, and I, don't quite know what to do with it, and I was hoping to get your insight on this.
She looks it over. She tells you for someone to do this to a Shield of Gavlin is one of the highest forms of blasphemy that exists. Commander Ergon can probably help you destroy this. He's a crafter. He's an orc. He's familiar with the works of Zitrix. I'm sure that he can get rid of this for us in a way that is safe.
Whoa, I took a class with him. I never realized that he could teach me how to destroy magic items. That's crazy. The other thing is, one of the rumors that, I've heard about that I'm pretty scared about is that I think something might be happening to Mjolnir, next month, at the season change.
She kind of is confused and she shakes her head and is like, something happened to him. What do you mean by that?
Oh, I think somebody's gonna try and kill him.
She kind of does a lighthearted chuckle. She goes, oh, you can't kill a demigod. I mean, they're immortal.
That's not true, Commander. You know that. You were part of the war just like I was. You know it's totally possible.
She's like, there's the one way, the sword.
Where there's one way, there could be many.
Damn.
The only person that could kill a demigod would be another demigod. And I just don't see that happening.
Commander, I think that there's a lot of things that we don't see happening. I couldn't really have understood what was happening at New Haven. I didn't anticipate the Winter Guard killing so many of my fellow cadets that trained so fervently with me. And yet, they were hunting us down specifically. Also, I didn't really anticipate my friend Gamware going along with this sort of deal. Because, I've always known how important New Haven is to the gnomish identity. But, I guess this war is, just something I couldn't predict.
She kind of holds her head and she's like, what makes you think that something's going to happen to Mjolnir?
Let's hear it, Johnny.
Well,
Yeah.
my teacher told me Flaskforge gave me a secret mission, and part of that involves a certainty that Mjolnir is going to die next month, and it really concerns me.
Commander Flaskforge told you that Mjolnir would die?
I also know he's really sick. Like, there's this meteorite. I saw that he had the symptoms of radiation sickness.
She says, I really appreciate you telling me this.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'll consult with the monarchy, with the queen, and we'll figure out what we should do about this.
Thank you, General Windstar. I know I can count on you. I'm going to go talk to my professor, Ergon. I don't mean to take any more of your time, so I'm sure you're super busy. I'm going to get his help to destroy this, blasphemy. Okay, later.
They're going to institutionalize Bavel and ignore the rest of what you said.
Yeah, this is going to spiral.
Johnny probably doesn't really understand that.
No.
He just figures that the more people should know, the better, because it's serious shit.
No, it's a good instinct.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I got to say, I'm living for Johnny's, valley speak as he's talking about,
The most serious existential issues in a war story.
It's funny every time. Hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to Burnt Cookbook Party. We appreciate you for listening, and we hope that you're telling your friends and families about the show so they can enjoy it as well. But that's assuming that you're enjoying it, which maybe that's presumptive. I don't know if you all saw this, but creator Alex Hirsch posted some feedback he got from Disney's Standard and Practices for his show Gravity Falls, and it's genuinely wild, some of the stuff that they tried or wanted to censor from that show. And I mention that because we here at the party are lucky enough to be independent creators, which means we have no S&P telling us what we can and cannot do on this show. And we're able to do that because of our Patreon, patreon.com/BCBparty. Specifically, people giving us money at the Patreon, not just the concept of the Patreon. Becoming a Patreon member gets you access to our private Discord, plus ad-free episodes, and exclusive world-building content, and audio that was cut for final episodes, and way more stuff to come. But more than anything, your sponsorship ensures that there's nobody in the world that can tell us we can't talk about cannibalism to our heart's content, so to speak, which is important because cannibalism's really funny. Anyway, being a sponsor helps us continue to do that, and so we're thankful for it. And if you're enjoying the show, it would mean a lot to us if you joined. That's patreon.com/BCBparty.
Patty, outside of the Great Hall, you see Castian stumble out.
Fuck that guy.
As he walks past you, he briefly makes eye contact with you, and you see a hatred even stronger than you've ever felt from him. And as he passes, he just goes, I know what you did. And he keeps on moving.
Pat, what did Patty do?
Yeah, Patty, God, what'd you do?
Yeah, God,
did you do,
Patty, Jesus
Patty?
Christ.
You're always embarrassing us.
I'm trying so hard not to do exactly what I said we shouldn't do, which is get sidetracked with some selfish thing that I really want to do, which is go around and try to spread a rumor blaming Gamweir's death on Castian because
Stone Cold.
I really want to set him up because I hate this guy and he's so mean to me for no reason. He's such a shit talker, and
So you want to give him a reason?
No,
So you want to indict him for murder?
he sucks.
Amazing.
He sucks.
Patty's devil
does
is
suck.
really dark. The devil on her
saying,
shoulders.
Astra is incredibly out of her depths, and that's shit like this is why.
That's why you're the responsible.
I'm not going to do that. Not because I don't think it's warranted. I think it is. I'm not going to do it for the aforementioned reason of not getting distracted on my own selfish side mission when we're supposed to be.
Growth.
This is personal growth for me,
Yeah.
not to just act out of spite at all times. I am interested in asking around and just being like, man, Castian acting like a real dick lately, huh? And just see if I can get any insight into what's gotten him into such a nasty mood.
Yeah.
God, I want to frame him for murder, though.
Make a diplomacy check, Caitlin.
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, we don't have a good idea of why.
I know he's being questioned.
But, like, about what, though?
Yeah.
Well, we did frame him. We, using we framed him by planting that, like, arrow peak map on him.
We certainly did.
And then I made him turn himself in, so that could
I don't
lead
think that
to...
would get as big a dressing
No.
down from, like...
I don't think so. I think there's something bigger.
I'm going to guess that the prince already doesn't like him and that he went after we reported that we talked to Gamware and found Gamware's body. And I think he's already been framed for murder. I don't think you need to do any work there. That's just my guess.
Wow.
Whoa. That's a cannibal thinking right there.
Thinking like a cannibal.
I have rolled a 23 on my diplomacy skill check.
Patty, you eventually kind of loop back around to Aaron Star Senior. Although the two of you have sort of an antagonistic relationship,
She's a hack.
both actresses out in Erosia fighting for the same roles, you know that if there is gossip afoot in Fort Advent, that Aaron probably knows it. So you kind of saddle up to her and start poking her for information about Castian. And she tells you, oh, I can't fucking stand that guy.
Me either, girlfriend. He is the worst.
You know, I don't understand why he's so upset about getting to spend time with Prince Erling. Like, do you know what that could do for my career if I was spending as much time with Prince Erling as Castian did? And, like, Castian went with him to, like, get Gamware to sign the treaty. Like, that...
Oh, shit.
That's great. Like, I mean, I don't know what exactly Castian does, but I feel like that's like getting a huge role for us in Neptus. Like, that's a career maker, I feel like, for being a boring whatever he is.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Ever since he got back, like, he's just been pouting.
Some people just are not equipped to handle the spotlight, are they? Yeah, not like you and me.
You're right. I mean, I guess it's sad or whatever that Pearl is dead now. But I mean, it's pretty clear to me that everything that happened at the financial center was her fault. Like, I don't want to say it's good that she's dead, but like, I don't even know why Valentine recruited her to begin with. Like, she's not like you and me, Patty. Our squad's going to be a lot better without her.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Fuck, that was a lot of information, right? Like, I can't write that down fast enough.
Also, I mean, I know we're horrible, but wow, she's horrible.
God, I like this girl.
Yeah, right?
She's just trimming the fat from the squad. It's fine.
Oh, no.
There are a lot of mean girls in Justin's NPC roster.
And also the PC roster, yeah.
Well, yeah.
She's like, well, Patty, don't be jealous, but we were asked to put on a performance of Queen Davenhall's favorite play for her. So I guess I'm going to be doing that next week. Hopefully you'll have fun here, just hanging out.
Oh my god, that is so exciting. What an opportunity for you. Finally on a big stage.
Damn.
What production will you guys be doing?
Oh, it's the history of Queen Davenhall's life. From, you know, her start just as sort of a commoner to marrying the king and now leading the Triad Nations.
Oh, exciting. So you're going to be playing commoner neighbor during childhood? It's a great role.
Oh, Patty. And she, like, lightly shoves you. She's like, I'm going to be playing Queen Davenhall, of course. Like, clearly.
Oh, Wow, what an interesting casting choice.
Maybe you could audition for me. I could find some sort of role for you. I mean, we'd have to get a transmutation spell and maybe make you look the part of, somebody in the castle.
She did not.
What a generous offer, but honey, I'm Patty Hertz. I don't audition.
Offer only Patty Hurt.
I feel like we've sniped at each other enough, so at this point, I'm going to take the information that I've received and just say, all right, well, good luck with rehearsals. Break your legs and all your other bones. I'll see you later. Bye.
Damn. Caitlin, how old is Patty?
16.
A lady never tells.
Fair enough.
I actually can't really answer that because she's a rat. And I mean, as someone who's owned a rat, it only lived for 3 years. So that's hard to say.
She's a rat person, so I assume there's some leeway.
Yeah.
I don't assume if we do this podcast for 2 years, Patty's gonna die.
He's going to die of old age.
First in character death.
Zelf,
Yep.
I'm on the fence with you.
Wow.
So...
Whoa.
Like a parent.
What
Yes.
you doing up here?
What are we
Love it.
gonna
Sashay
do
away.
with you, Zelf?
I like the thing that you are trying to do, but I feel like it's not something like I'm going to spend a couple hours at Fort Advin.
I completely agree. This feels like probably the furthest removed place where he would be able to observe any effects.
I made you make the linguistics check because one of the things that Bavel is concerned about is tampering with the journal. So with that in mind,
Yep.
you can find that there are a couple places that you tend to agree with what Bavel's saying.
Ooh. Just for the record, what I rolled on linguistics, I do have 1 rank of that to give myself the class bonus and the ability to spend inspiration on it. So the total on that is a 26.
Hell yeah.
In addition to my 20
Beautiful.
on knowledge local.
Yeah, so you find things in the journal that you do feel are actually suspect. There's a section of the journal where about 4 pages have been removed.
Fuck.
You find one passage that's been heavily edited, like someone has taken black ink and just marked out entire paragraphs. And you do find one passage that you do feel is perhaps somebody pretending to be Bavel, trying to mimic Bavel's handwriting, but it is not Bavel's himself.
So that was real?
Jesus Christ.
Gosh, what I want to do is I want to see if I can create some kind of alchemical or food-related substance that will lift away the black mark to reveal what had been written underneath it. But Self wants to check with Astra as a print specialist to see if she's aware of any way to recover the handwriting from the whiteout on top of it. That's a future thing.
Okay. I'll come up with an answer.
Astra.
Yeah.
In the afternoon, around 1, the mail is delivered, and Bavel receives the letter from his wife. He gingerly kind of opens it, taking his time, looks it over, and then he shows it to you so that you can see indeed it is a letter from Dynalyn, his wife, telling him that he is going to be a daddy again.
Well, how do you feel about it?
I haven't gone home since the beginning of this month, since I've read my journal and found out what was happening. I thought that, it would be too much for me, but that might have been a mistake. Maybe I should go see them.
Yeah, why do you bother with any of this? If you know it's just gonna loop over again, why don't you just go and spend time with your sweet pregnant wife? What are you getting out of doing all this?
When you get a chance to read the journal from cover to cover, you'll see that on one loop I did, I just gave up, and I went and I spent the whole time with them. I actually lasted longer than any other loop. I made it about 6 or 7 months, I think, before the journal looped over. But it still looped, I still lost all of that. So I just want to know that I have a future.
That's fair. I guess if you have a child coming, knowing that they're going to go back to being unborn over and over again, that's a lot. I regret thinking it. Thanks for sitting with me. I'm glad we didn't talk much. Okay. I'll talk to you later, though.
He says, hey,
Yeah.
when you meet with Mistmourn today, she's going to ask you a lot of questions, and I just want you to know that you can't trust a lot of people, but Mistmourn, you should be less concerned about whether or not to trust her and start figuring out how you'll make her trust you.
Okay. That's great news, because boy, what a dame. Oh boy. Ooh. I would crumple under the pressure, I think. So that's okay. Yeah. No, I can pretend to be trustworthy. Yeah.
Wait, you're not trustworthy?
Zelf, when did you get here? Would you like some coffee? I'm out of coffee. We didn't have lunch. The mail came a lot later in the day than I thought. Let's go eat.
As you guys kind of group back up together to eat your lunch or what have you, you are approached by the other two paladins in Castian's squad that are not him. The geeky little moon-faced boy and then a tall elven woman. She carries a large shield. They approach you and tell you Mistmourn is ready to meet with you guys. If you head over to the library, she has a couple questions about New Haven, and she'll be waiting.
All right, we got to play this one cool. Bavel told me in a moment of rare lucidity after only a little bit of absinthe that we need to get Mistmourn to trust us. So I think she's going to be on the level. I don't know what level. Probably a level far above our heads. But if we can scramble up to that level, then I think that would be good. Good for us.
Yeah, no, totally. I think we should absolutely be on the level with the commander, yeah.
Yeah, you always think that.
Yeah, of course.
What kind of questions does Mistmourn have for us? Is this just like a debriefing?
Oh no, she's going to ask us about the investigation about the internal thing. So I think it's going to be under the cover of a debriefing, but she's also going to ask some leading questions about the commanders, the mission, the other people involved, things like that. Zelf wants to stack things in his favor, so right before they leave, he's going to cast Tears to Wine to give himself an enhancement bonus to wisdom checks by drinking it.
Love it.
And that'll last 50 minutes.
That's
perfect.
So funny. Okay.
And he'll say, nothing makes a man more honest than a little snooch.
Shadowend's library is usually a very cozy place to lose a couple hours exploring. Zelf, your last few weeks of training with Mistmourn have been here, but now you find that the library kind of offers no escape from the fact that you are still inside of a military fort. So heavy velvet curtains are blocking all the windows, so the only light source in here is this roaring fireplace, but it's still somehow frigid, like just extremely cold in the room. A large square table with 4 chairs has kind of been isolated in the center, and there is a deep blue tablecloth that's placed over it, and you see that there are like silver runes that are embroidered all along the edges of it. Commander Mistmourn, she's waiting for you guys to arrive. She's always kind of a little frosty and standoffish, but when she speaks, then you kind of get a sense of her actual warmth, but today that's missing from her voice entirely. She's very brisk and to the point. She instructs the 4 of you to take a seat at the table. She says, please place both hands in front of you, touching the cloth.
Ugh.
I will do my best to make this as quick as possible for you, if you'll offer me that same respect back. Despite how it may look, I'm not here to judge anyone today. All I seek is honesty.
Justin, can I make a knowledge arcana or spellcraft check to make some kind of inference about the effect of placing our hands on the table?
I'm making an inference. This bitch is about to cast some kind of truth spell on us, and I do not like it.
Yeah, zone of truth. I would like to discreetly cast Detect Magic as well.
Absolutely.
Johnny is going in completely like, no, totally. Puts it all on the table. Yeah.
Of course. Johnny trusts because Johnny is trustworthy.
That's true.
It's indeed magic. I'll tell you what the aura is, Astra, but if you want, you can make a spellcraft to also identify exactly what it does.
Well, I did not cast Detect Magic, but my roll is pretty good. I got a 29 on spellcraft.
Cool. We'll let you boost Astra's.
I got a 23 on my spellcraft.
Not that she needs it.
Yeah, right?
Dang. You see Johnny readily sit down, place his hands on the table. When he touches it, you see the silver embroidery expands out from the edges and traces around his hands as if it's being like stitched right in front of you, although at like an inhumanly fast pace. You are able to identify that the spell on the tablecloth is a confess spell. So it doesn't force you to tell the truth.
No.
But if you choose to lie, you take damage and are sickened.
Nice. That's awesome.
So this will be a little mini game, if you will.
Oh, Patty's ready
love
for
this.
this.
You have the option to bluff, but the DC of the bluff check is going to be 14 plus the amount of damage that you take. So when you lie, no matter what, you're going to take 2d6 damage.
Justin, that's so funny. Okay.
This is so good. It's so good.
This is fantastic.
You'll get a will save to like force off becoming sickened as well. The will save DC is 13, so that's not too tough to beat. But if you get sickened, then that takes a -2 to your potential bluffs.
Okay. Great. Okay. Astra's ready for this. I'm great at bluffing.
You all take a seat, playing along?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Mistmourn says, yes or no, has anyone on your squad knowingly lied to those in authority here, broken rules, or otherwise behaved unlawfully since arriving at Shadowend?
Oh, no, already. Astra says no. Go ahead and click this bluff.
And take that damage.
That's a 26.
Yes.
This is so funny because Bavel told Astra explicitly that she needs to earn Mistmourn's trust, but Astra cannot fucking help herself.
Astra, make a will save as
She'll
well.
do it by succeeding at this minigame.
No.
Zelf, what was your answer?
Gosh, does it make a difference if Zelf is convinced that he hasn't because he thinks that in his own way he's been honest?
The question was anyone on the team, not just himself.
This means that all of you better not fucking snitch. Because if one of you says that someone on the team did something nefarious, you're going to implicate all of us. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Sorry, Justin, could you repeat the question?
Yes. Her question was yes or no. Has anyone on your squad knowingly lied to those in authority here, broken rules, or otherwise behaved unlawfully since arriving at Shadowend?
Unlawfully. Yeah, I want to say that Zelf is honestly confused.
Commander Mistmourn, I must confess that I have acted in a manner unbecoming of a paladin of Gavilan in my time since coming to Shadow's End,
Johnny, I'm shocked.
and that I attacked a shopkeeper without knowingly knowing that he was evil directly, but rather through observation and context clues. I should have waited, and then in an act of supreme self-indulgence, I convinced my companion Zelf to help me burn down his shop. And I can think that even in times of war, that might be unlawful.
Zelf is gonna hold up a hand and say, wait, Mistmourn, I'm sorry, I object. The proprietor of that shop was a worshipper of Zitrix, and it was entirely in keeping with being a paladin of Gavilan that we did burn down the shop. Furthermore, are you asking if we broke the rules as written, or the rules as intended? Because every time we've been told that things work a certain way, it was to test our refinement and our intellect as cadets of Shadowend.
Right, to use all available resources, yeah.
Justin, you did this to yourself.
Patty, what was your answer?
Absolutely not.
Thank you, Patty.
And I am offended that you would even suggest it.
Patty, make a bluff check.
With pleasure.
Hell yeah, Patty.
It's a 22.
Incredible.
Make a will save as well, Caitlin.
Patty spent way too much time in a guerrilla warfare troop to break under this bitch's questioning.
The mild threat of torture.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, Patty's faced a lot worse than this, thank you. That's a 17 on my will save, by the way.
All right. So, as the boys talk, they're both being honest and true to who they are. And nothing happens to them.
Oh, yeah.
The girls both lie blatantly.
Being true to ourselves by lying.
Exactly.
Astra has rolled an amazing 26 and takes 11 points of damage. She also fails her will save and is sickened from the damage that she takes as well. Patty Hertz takes 7 points of damage, but she powers through it because she's seen shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
So she is not sickened.
Okay, just for context, sickened, the character takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks. So that's fine.
Awful.
No, it's fine.
Astra's gonna barf.
I think something's wrong with Astra. Like,
I successfully bluffed, so I don't think Johnny notices. I mean,
All right.
Astra's playing this pretty straight, so she's going to do her best to not appear sickened. I guess if you want to roll something, but Astra does not want whatever help you could offer.
I'll say until she fails a bluff check, she is not obviously sickened, but it's going to get harder for her now.
No, it's going to be fine. No,
Then Johnny wouldn't have noticed.
it'll be fine.
That's too bad. My mercy does remove the sickened condition.
No, I don't
I
want
literally could just touch you, but, whatever.
it. I'm fine. I had some absinthe and coffee in the afternoon, and it's not sitting right.
She's feeling
you got
good.
that moxie. You on that moxie.
I'm on the, as they
Okay.
say in this region, I had some moxie with lunch.
Mistmourn says, have you witnessed anyone else within Shadowend, cadet or commander, lying, breaking rules, or otherwise behaving unlawfully?
Well, Zelf says no.
You're more irritated.
Just to be clear, Zelf believes he's lying at this point. Do I need to make some kind of save? Because instantly he thinks of the prince, and as soon as he does, he says it.
Yes, make a bluff check.
Okay.
Love that. Love that meta layer. Astra also says, yeah, absolutely. A lot of ne'er-do-wells in this group. Not us, but in like the general school.
Patty's gonna say, absolutely. And, I don't want to name names. I'm not one to gossip. But it starts with a C. And it ends in an Astian. So do with that what you will.
Johnny, once again, will break down.
Crumples under the mildest threat of torture.
Yes, of course.
The slightest pressure.
And then make a will save as well, Zelf.
Yeah, we'll do it. Justin, help me understand this thing that popped up on my bluff check. It says I have a +2 racial bonus to omit or cover up facts. I'm not sure where that came from.
What?
Do I really have that?
You tricky elf.
I was just gonna say, that feels a little racist.
Yeah.
I think that was an alternate racial trait you took for elf.
Oh my god, is it actually? And did I actually?
Yeah, because I think your idea was like hiding the recipes.
Oh.
Yeah, you took Keeper of Secrets. Some elves seek to protect younger races from dangerous lore.
Wow, that's incredible.
Good for
Bluff
you.
and linguistic checks to omit or cover up facts.
Can I apply that here?
Yeah.
My bluff check's a 20 and my will save is an 8.
So, you do become sickened, Zelf.
Welcome.
I completely forgot about that Keeper Secrets. It is central to my lore because of my dangerous cooking magic.
You forgot it from yourself.
I know.
You kept it so well.
Oh, man.
Mistmourn says, I have one final question. To your knowledge, was Glorhan in any trouble outside of Shadowend that I should know about?
Can I make a sense motive check?
Oh,
Yeah.
turn the
Ooh,
tables.
I like it.
I want to know if this question seems official or personal.
Ooh.
And I'm going to add inspiration to that. I got a 22.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
It is 100% personal.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, now I'm sad.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, but Astra doesn't know that.
Johnny continues to play it straight, so I'll let you guys go first.
Astra says, yeah, she was a troubled young woman. I mean, it's a yes or no
think
question.
that's a lie.
It was not
Yeah.
open-ended. It was true.
Definitely
Not at
true.
all.
Yeah.
Johnny will nod sagely.
Everywhere she goes, trouble, trouble.
Self is going to nod too, and he's going to look back and forth at his fellow conspirators. It's true.
We all agree. She had a lot going on. May she rest in peace for now.
Yeah, the various circumstances I have come to know my fellow cadet, may she rest in peace, quite well. It's hard to know where to start. She's been in, like, a lot of trouble, like, all her life. Honestly, her whole family, like, caused her trouble. You know, you could just even, like, start with her choice of boyfriend. Like, honestly, probably trouble.
You don't like them? I thought they were cute.
I thought he was an angel.
I don't know. Miss Morin, didn't you like it?
I always like Harville.
Whoa.
Think he was a good kid.
So, yeah, like, Harville was at New Haven with us.
I'm remembering now he did fly away with Glorhan's body. And that was just another of a series of events that we never talked about because it was kind of traumatic. but I'm flashing back on it now, and I'm sort of like, hey, that was weird.
You did say they were pretty close, so, like, fit of rage, fly off. Like,
All right.
I could do that.
Self wants to lean forward and say, Mistmourn, do you want to put your hands on the table?
Oh, power move. I love it.
Mistmourn kind of smirks and she says, asking for honesty from me when you lied straight to my face, Zelf. But she does lean forward and place both her hands on the table.
Zelf says,
Damn, boy.
I don't need you to be honest with me, but I want you to be honest with yourself. Do you trust the people who are giving you your orders?
Well, wow, that was amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
damn.
She says, it depends on who you think is giving me orders. She says, I have a mission for the four of you, though you wouldn't be acting in an official Shadowend capacity.
Oh, I love that.
And the details of your assignment would be on a need-to-know basis.
Like, honestly, I feel like most of our stuff has been, like, not official Shadowend capacity at this point, right?
Yeah, actually, you're really talking our language. I mean, you can trust us. I know we're not trustworthy, but you can trust us, I think, essentially.
Well, at the very least, you could trust us not to be trustworthy.
Well, no, don't say it like that.
My hands aren't on the table anymore. I took them off.
Instantly. Like, blood stains. Like,
I have reason to believe that Ansel Farrell is responsible for a series of disappearances involving Fainalin Academy students.
What?
It's unclear if this is simple revenge or if his motives run deeper. As of now, I do not feel he is beyond help, but that said, he's not yet aware of his sister's passing. How and when he learns that information could alter the situation dramatically.
wow. That's like a crazy coincidence, like, that you should mention that. Like, 'cause,
For no
like,
reason. Keep talking, Mistmourn.
I feel in part responsible because I had originally planned to recruit both of the Farrell siblings to my squad, but the duplication of Abraham Nevin forced me to make a cut. I can't help but think of how Ansel might have thrived if he had finally had support here.
I'd rather have this one guy twice than have Ansel Farrell. I hope he doesn't take that the wrong way.
This one guy's dope. Like, seriously? Have you met him? Like,
We need two of him.
She's like, based on letters that I found among Glorhan's belongings, it seems that Ansel may not be acting alone. He speaks often and quite poetically about finally finding others like him after feeling like an outcast for so much of his life.
the masks in the rain, holy shit.
What I would like for the four of you to do is to travel to the Farrell's hometown and infiltrate Fainalin Academy.
Okay.
Here's the thing, we're so untrustworthy, though. I actually think maybe this is not an appropriate kind of quest for us. I'm so sickened. I actually lied a whole bunch, actually, when we were talking. And the things that I said were true were really inappropriately true. I just think fundamentally we're probably not the best choice for this mission.
I mean, guys, we were basically going to do this anyway. So, I mean, it's only fair that we, like, pursue this to its logical conclusion. I mean, we got the papers, we were going to look into things. I'm all about it.
Well,
I think what Astra meant to say is that she's our end to Fainalin because she has family connections.
Great point.
that's true. But I would actually have us reconsider, because we know he's not in Fainalin. We know he has a secret base in Thune. So why are we even going to Fainalin? He's probably not even there. He's probably looking for Gorhan's body, but he doesn't know that she's dead yet. So he's probably just hanging out in Thune. We can do this, and we can do it if we go to Thune. Thank you, Mistmourn. Great talk.
That was awesome.
She hands you a stack of papers. She goes, these are letters of Ansel's that he had written to Glorhan. And then he talks vaguely about finally coming into his own and that things would change. And he specifically speaks about this happening on 3-day evening this week, that everything that he had been working for would come to fruition and that Fainalin would finally be a better place for he and Glorhan to come back home to.
Uh-oh.
That's why I'm focusing on Fainalin. Also, you can take this, and she slides over a sealed letter, and she says, Phelan Academy is very well guarded. It's not open to the public, which makes these disappearances all the more concerning. However, the headmistress is a good friend of mine and will know that you're coming. If you present this letter from me, you'll be granted full access to the campus for the duration of your investigation.
Okay. Well, Thune is closer, so we'll hit Thune up first, and then we can go to Phelan afterwards. Cards on the table. Astra's going to do everything she can to keep you guys from going to Phelan. And unfortunately, this is really in her wheelhouse. So it's going to be hard to overcome.
Whoa.
Thanks for listening to this episode, and don't forget to tell people. Burnt Cookbook Party is Andrew Hansen as Johnny Brightchild, Caitlin Stayduhar as Patty Hertz, Paul Luetkemeyer as Zelf, me, Jenna Stoeber as Astra Blup, and Justin Green as GM and World Builder. Produced by Jenna Stoeber, and this episode edited by Andrew Hansen and Justin Green. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.